Well, good morning. It is July 29th, day 81, and just left Harrison's Pierce Pond Camp, and had that excellent breakfast. Today is going to be a short day for me, trail-wise. I think it's just about 4 miles, but it'll be something exciting, right? Get to cross the Kennebec River in a canoe, and then I'll be in the town of Caratunk, resupply in there, and stay at a hostel for the night, the Sterling Inn, and then move on tomorrow towards Monson. Weather today is supposed to be good. Weather for the next 5 days is not great, but yeah, it's going to be wet. So that won't be fun. But I'll deal with it. All right. As always, if I see something interesting, I will grab a picture or some video. But for now, here's what the trail looks like. Well, that's an interesting bridge over this stream. Yeah, that'd be fun. Well, made it to the Kennebec River. There's a few folks here waiting for the ferry. So I've got to just be patient. I'm going to be here a while. Alright, so there's the ferry coming back across the river, and I'm up next with Vireo, actually. Alright, so we are making our way across the Kennebec River. Vireo offered to paddle so I could vlog this, and Greg is behind me. Alright. Couldn't have picked a better day to be on a river. Although it would be better with a beer or two. Although it's such a short ride, so. All right, so I'm back on the trail. Stopped at the Sterling Inn in Caratunka, and which they're awesome. Picked us up from the trail. Averio and I picked us up from the trail and brought us there. And I was, thinking about staying the night, but there's some rain coming in, and I was talking to Averio, and Sully was there as well. And we just sort of said, well, I think it's probably a good idea to put some more miles in today, and that makes the next 2 days easier to get into Monson. So we decided to do that. It's about 5 trail miles to a shelter area. I can't remember which one it is. They all seem to have the same name around here. There's a pond in the name, or a mountain, and then it's a lean-to. I can't remember which one it is. But that's gonna help us because we're gonna have some rain coming the next few days. It's like a 20% chance of rain all day tomorrow. And then the next day, I guess that's Wednesday, is supposed to be the nastiest weather day. Not like thunderstorms or anything, but more significant rain. I think we're expecting up to 1 inch on Wednesday. So if all goes well, tomorrow we do, I think, like 13 miles maybe, and then 15 on Wednesday into Monson. And then probably 0 in Monson, and dry out before starting the 100-mile wilderness. So, slight change of plans, but it made the most sense to do that. So, go from there. These miles today aren't supposed to be too bad, these 5 miles. Tomorrow we get some mountains to climb. But I think they're only like 2,500 feet. And really that's the total elevation. We're already over 1,000 feet of elevation here, so not nearly as much as some of the stuff I've been doing the past few weeks. So, as like usual, if I see anything interesting, picture or video, but for now, here's what the trail looks like. Alright, so made it to the Pleasant Pond lean-to, and this is about a 8-minute walk away to the actual pond. Let's see what we got. So we got a lot of people that actually live on this pond, it looks like. So, not a bad view at all. So there's a possibility of rain tonight, and there's been some bugs out, so I set up just the inner of my tent in the shelter. It's taking up just a little bit more space than just my pad would, but I think I'm okay. All right, well, that's about it for the day. Made it to, I showed you the lake and There's a nice lean-to here, and we actually got a fire started. It's the first time I've had a fire on trail, and the weather cooperated for the most part. It's starting to sprinkle though, which is a little disappointing. We were hoping it would the rain would hold off until later in the morning, but I set up in the shelter. I had a feeling that it was going to rain before then. I didn't want to have to deal with the a wet tent, knowing it was going to rain all day tomorrow as well. So it worked out okay for me. Yeah, so right now, the plan for tomorrow is about 13 miles, go over a couple of peaks. Moxie, I know one of them's called Moxie. I don't remember what the other one is called. It's not going to, I mean, yeah, it's a climb and a descent, but it's not going to be nearly as bad as what we've seen previously. I actually, for the first time ever, I did pack out a beer. When we got to the trailhead, after stopping at the Sterling Inn, the one guy who was there said, "Hey, I think somebody left some trail magic here." And there were a couple of beers by the trailhead, and so I packed one out and Sully packed one out. And when we got to camp, we put them down in the creek, which cooled them down, and it was just the right temperature and quite enjoyable with dinner. So that was nice. Of course, now I've got to carry that empty can for 2 days, but it was worth it, I think. All right, well, I think that's about it. It's my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Terry. And thank you so much for everything you've done. And can't wait to see you in a couple months. So, as always, if you stuck through to the end, you know I appreciate it. And I will see you again tomorrow on the trail.